Welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead, guys. My name is Todd, and today I'm going to do some maintenance on these little ATVs behind me. We have two Honda TRX 250s, and they need an oil change. So I'm going to do that today, so come along with me. So today's chore is to change the oil in these two Honda ATVs. They are TRX 250 Recons. Should be a quick and simple activity, but while I was out here in the garage, I wanted to take this opportunity to show you the improvements we've made to the garage. The biggest one is that we've got it all cleaned out and we have the vehicles in here now. So here's my wife's Lexus, and my truck, my Silverado, is in here, which is the biggest vehicle, and it's tight to get in here, as you can see. But if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll see that we did replace the fluorescent fixtures in here with LED fixtures. And that made a huge difference in the amount of light in the garage. And I did another video on actually putting up this storage rack, ceiling mounted storage rack that helps us keep a lot of stuff off the floor and just gave us a lot of room here in the garage. If you didn't catch those videos, look in the description below, and I'll put links to all those things in there. So without further ado, let's get to changing oil in these two ATVs. Let's start by taking a peek at the oil and just see what it looks like. I also like to go ahead and take the dipstick out, or at least loosen it, so that when you do drain the oil, there's no kind of vacuum, or it just helps it drain a little better. Here's the dipstick. Let's pop that loose. Oh yeah, it's kind of black. It needs, but the oil level is good. So we've had some, the oil level's been maintained, but it just needs a changing. Yeah, so you can see the oil level was good on it. So I'm gonna just leave this laying to the side here, and then we'll go underneath and drain the oil. Now we're underneath the ATV, and here's your drain plug underneath the unit, and this is a 17 millimeter plug, so you need a 17 millimeter socket to break this loose, or to take it out. Okay, yeah, that wasn't too tight. That's good. I'm gonna move my pan up under here. This is always the messy part. There we go. See what I mean? Always the messy part. I probably could have put some gloves on. So we'll let that drain out, and then we'll put the plug back in. So the oil is drained out now, just a little bit of drippage here and there. So we want to go ahead and replace the plug. And while you have the plug out, it's always good to check the plug and just make sure it's in good condition. This one looks good, and we'll go ahead and put it back in. And then we're going to torque this down to 18 foot-pounds per the manual. And I want to give a big shout out to one of my subscribers, David Mills, who watched the video that I did on the brake change, putting new brake pads in one of these ATVs. And he saw that I was having trouble finding the torque specs on the internet for some of these things. So he reached out to me, gave me a comment, and said that he had a manual for these, and he sent it to me. So again, big thanks to David. I think that's what the YouTube community is about. That's why I do these videos. I want to help people if they want to attempt these kind of maintenance activities on their own equipment and they're a little intimidated by it. Maybe they can watch one of my videos and get some confidence and say, hey, I can do that myself. And then you just share information. And again, a big thank you to David for sending me that manual. Has all the torque specs, all the maintenance information. It really helps out a lot. And I think that's what the YouTube community is all about. So here's my torque wrench. And when I store it, I always back it off to 0 so that there's no tension on the interior mechanism. So what I want to do is I want to crank it up to 20, which is right there. You set your 20 or 0 on 20, and then I'm going to back it off 2 pounds to 18. So that's it right there, and then I'll tighten the end up and we're good to go. Okay, now let's torque this down. There you go. You hear that click? That's 18 foot-pounds. Okay, we got that torque down. Now we're ready to just replace the oil. Now we're going to replace the oil. I just have some good old Tractor Supply Traveler 10W30 here. And I still have my drain pan underneath. I moved it over underneath the fill spout just in case I get a little overzealous and spill some of this. Now the manual says the capacity is 1.6 quarts. So we're just going to pour some in and see how it looks. I'm going to start it up now and just let it run a little bit, and then I'll check it again. Alright, that looks good there now. Let's do it one more time. Yeah, that's right on the full mark. Alright, and that's all there is to it. Changing the oil on your TRX 250 Recon Honda. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because I always do videos about maintenance on my equipment. By no means am I a Honda mechanic or an expert, but you know, a lot of these things you can do on your own. Again, thanks for watching.